every time. So I'm going to put you into fairly big groups. And again, if several people in your group have done their Flipgrid, they're going to share those. And if you don't have a lot of people in your group that have done their Flipgrid, then you're just picking ones as a group to watch and then give feedback to. So this is your chance to let other students know things that they should improve or things they should think about before they spend a couple months on their project. Okay, so you're letting them know feedback on their designs and their thoughts and ideas about how they're going to set up their experiment and what they showed you if there's something unclear. So as you're watching it, think about could you recreate it from their explanation? Could you recreate their setup and their experiment? Mainly just their setup at this point. Any questions before we get into groups? I show my timer being, in this class, Estella. Is Estella here today? Estella? Let me look as you guys. I do not see Estella. Okay, who is my personal helper? Do I have one of those anymore? All right. Let's see. Automatically. Okay, so we're going to time this. I will check in with you in about 10 minutes and see if you've had a chance to watch a couple of these Flipgrids. Is everybody able to click on the Flipgrid link and get to it? Is that working? Yes, thank you, Grace. Excellent. All right, you're going to be in groups of 4 to 5. So practice sharing screens again, especially if you have Flipgrid of your own, then share your screen and give everybody a chance to practice using that feature. Rooms are open. All right. Madison, are you there? Supposed to be in room 2 with Finboy, Sophia, Joseph, and Kendall. You got a good group. All right, let's really quickly do my attendance.
Okay, I couldn't really hear it, but I'm guessing you're just having a bucket. Are you gonna like turn the bucket to like turn the compost?
Actually, what's happening is I kind of screwed up a bit. So what we're doing is we're actually layering it like, I guess, a lasagna, where we have 2 kilos of green material. I fucked up on that. Where we have 2 kilos of green material.
Language.
Hello. So we have 2 kilos of green material, and then we put some at the bottom, then some brown material above that, then repeat process till we're done. And the brown material just has more volume, so it should be able to just stay even. Then we hose it down with 1 to 2 liters of water 2 to 3 times a week. No, every 2 to 3 days. And then we shuffle it around every 3 to 5 days, make sure nothing's too dry. And yeah, we just keep an eye on it and just wait every now and then.
Everyone's frozen for me. I don't know.
Same. Oh wait, no, it's not. Okay. Anyways, so can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I really liked the fact that you included like the actual bottle. I just used my drawing, so I really appreciate that. And then on top of that, I really like the fact. Oh, and then wait, so it goes T, which is holding something like A, which is give them some advice. I don't know what to give for advice. The audio was a little hard to hear on our side, but I think that was just technical difficulty. So that's not really something you've really adjusted. And then G is give them a question. Oh, okay. So I don't know. Do you think that the shape of the bottle within our group, do you think that like the entire group should use the same shape of the bottle, or else that would affect like the experiment?
I mean, potentially it's a little difficult to control something like when we're all not getting the supplies, and it's difficult to get, like, you need to get this exact bottle, but I'm not sure if shape, but maybe the thickness of the plastic, that would have a different effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the end.
Two of us shared so far, so.
Okay, I'm just gonna listen while you guys are sharing.
Okay. So Aslan and I went, so someone else needs to go.
You guys are supposed to be getting comfortable with turning your videos on. Unless there's a technical difficulty, then please let me know, because I will be contacting parents again for their help and just confirming that it's actually a technical issue. We are in this together, and I need you guys to get uncomfortable a little bit and show your faces. There we go. Oh, wait, there's a person. Let me move my box. Oh, there's Aslan and Bella. Nice, beautiful. Braden, I know Patrick. I see Patrick all the time. What about Braden and Prabjeev? Where is my chat box? Prabjeev doesn't have his. Okay. Braden, what about you? That's okay. I don't even have mine on, actually, because I was trying to, I'm going to do what one of my teacher friends does. She has a fly here, like a fly on a wall. That's what I want to put on these kind of days. Like, don't really want to be recorded. Okay. I don't either, but I'm doing it daily. So we'll have to figure this out, because if I have to do this till the end of January, I need to know you're looking at the screen and paying attention and being engaged. This is my only way. And that is why the school district has changed their feelings on this. My boss comes in and tells me that it looks much better in a classroom with all of you on your videos on versus when he came in and all of you were black boxes, because I was told we couldn't allow video and another teacher did anyways, or required it. I'm not going to have it affect my evaluation. I need you guys to actually be engaged and have your videos on if that is what our school district is now supporting. Have your parents email me if there's an issue with that, and then I will mark that down. All right, you guys need to keep sharing. Who already shared? Aslan and Bella, did you both share? Okay, so Braden, Prabjeev, or Patrick, do a screen share and click on your Flipgrid for everybody to see.
I didn't do a flip. Good.
Okay, then if you didn't do one, then just pick someone else's that you guys want to look at. So they're all accessible. We use these all the time in anatomy. You can click on any of them. So click on somebody you're curious about what they're doing. Which one of you wants to share next or practice your screen sharing? Braden, Prabjeev, Patrick.
I'll go.
Okay. All right, we're gonna watch Owen.
Okay, so do you guys want to just find one from another group to watch since we don't have any more?
Sure. Which one should we pick?
Hold on, I'll go look.
So if somebody didn't do a Flipgrid, just make sure that they get a chance to practice screen sharing and can pick whichever one they're curious about watching from that link.
Okay.
Manny, Grace. Whose turn, or who hasn't practiced sharing their screen yet?
I haven't, I can do it.
Okay. So go ahead and pick anyone that you want to share. Then you guys can give feedback to them.
Just like an absolutely random Flipgrid?
Yep.
Okay.
Hi. We were just about to go over our own composting experiments. We saw someone else's video because none of us did a Flipgrid. And
did all of you get a chance to actually go practice screen sharing though? Like,
no.
So if you didn't have a Flipgrid of your own to share, you still need to go and practice a screen share and pick whichever Flipgrid looks interesting to you, like any person you want to check out. But they're all accessible. So
one person was unable.
What do you mean? Unable to screen share, unable to share? Because you're picking anybody's Flipgrid. You guys can access any of them and watch them.
Apparently unable to screen share.
Okay, so who is that so I can find out what the tech issue is?
Addison.
Addison? So Addison, I'm just reading, sorry, it's.
No, okay, so I know how to screen share and I am able to screen share, but I had to join the Zoom from a different device, so I can't screen share at the moment. But I know how to, and I've done it before. Like okay. I can do it for my Chromebook and I know how to, I just can't today.
Okay, that makes more sense. Alrighty, well, we're almost done anyways. We're about to go into our Ed puzzle stuff. So go ahead and do what you guys were planning to share about your experiments.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
We just started, so.
Welcome back. Welcome back, everyone. We are going to be going to the whiteboard app and the Edpuzzle. I want to see if you show up on this teacher dashboard on this new whiteboard link. It says the room is open and I have 0 students, but I don't know if I have to click this button. Yeah, I don't think that's what I have to do. So let's do this. Are you guys able to click on that link and use it or not?
I'm in the like whiteboard thing, but I don't see it on your screen or anything.
Yeah, I don't see you guys either. It says current number of students 0.
The link says like the free whiteboard, so it might not be the right link.
Let's see, it should say, let's see. Let me put it in the chat box and see what happens. So you should be in this one that says Robert's Room 508. And then that should show up here. Still just a whiteboard. All right, well, then I will just pause it and use the chat box. We are going to look at the example of what a College Board daily video is and go live with it. So those of you who are wanting to get a 5 on your exam, these are being published daily by the College Board. It is now active, and this is just so I have a record of who is here watching this. And I will, if there's, I'm gonna just ask questions and have you guys put things in your chat box instead, since apparently that whiteboard link is not visible by me. I see Anna, Connor, Daniel, Devin, Bella, and boy, Haley, Hope, Prabjeev, Matt, Samantha, Cookie. We'll get started in just a minute. All right, I see 19 of you, and I need 28 of you. And I need 8 more of you. Why does it say 0 students? Do you have to click on it? Oh, there, you guys are there. I'm just dumb, sorry. I had to actually click on the room to be able to see you. You're all there. I was like, what am I doing wrong? Okay, 5 more of you. Let's get started. And then I'm gonna drag my whiteboard over to this other screen so I can look at it while we're watching the video. Okay, we can go ahead and get started. If it's not showing live for you, you might be in the wrong period. Just follow along on the screen and be on the whiteboards. Yes, and it's just watch the video and take notes on content. Once you finish the video, upload your notes to Google Classroom. That is if you were doing this for your homework grade, if this is one of the exemplary ones that you choose to do, because like I said, most of these are difficult to get questions embedded in.
Hey Hey there, I'm Mrs. Morris with Golden Gate High School, and welcome to your AP Daily video on topic 4.8, Earth's Geography and Climate. This is the first in a series of videos dealing with this topic, and we're going to be focusing on the influence large bodies of water have on terrestrial climate. So always begin with the end in mind. We're going to focus on this particular essential knowledge piece today. Also take a look at those task verbs, describe and explain, and be prepared to do that at the end of this series of videos. So I always have to laugh when I see this particular slide because you have now been introduced to my fantastic drawing skills. I really do want to encourage you to draw these processes because they will help them get into your brain a little bit better once you've actually sketched them out. So here you have a tree in an inland area. This is a coastal piece of land. These pointy bits are the ocean, and then this is the land under the ocean. So right now we're going to go ahead and talk about what happens when the sun's solar radiation strikes first the soil and then the water. So first, when solar radiation hits land, you have the land has low specific heat and no mobility, so you have a quicker temperature increase. So what do those two pieces mean? Specific heat is the amount of energy that it takes to raise something by 1 temperature degree, and for soil, it doesn't take much heat to make that temperature.
Right, so on your whiteboard, she just reviewed an important property of water that we already studied called specific heat. So land versus water have different amounts of specific heat capacity. So right on your whiteboard, what did she just say the definition of specific heat was? And if you zoned out and aren't sure, then put a question mark. But this is definitely a property of water we need to know. Hello, Bella. I see Braden scribbles. Does anybody know what was that definition of specific heat? Again, and if you are drawing a blank, this is one of those terms you should jot down somewhere to add to your book creator or your study stack or whatever you're using to collect concepts to review. Good, I see Devin and Finboy got it or getting it. Some of you are writing in a font that's like 8-point font or so. It's very difficult. So if you could just enlarge it just a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, me either. We used to be able to just drag it and it would increase. But, oh wait, if you click on the tool that looks like a settings thing, I think it might let you.
You can? Yeah, because I'm seeing Patty turn hers upside down and sideways, so looks like you can. Anna, don't know what to pay attention to? Okay, so listen very carefully because she's going to talk to you specifically kind of about the targets. That's one thing that the College Board does well is what's the point of all this and which practice they are trying to get across. All right, so let's go ahead and continue.
Rise. Plus, soil just sits there. It can't move. So as it heats up, it has no other ability to have cooler soil come in and stabilize that temperature. So all of that energy goes into the soil and heats it up pretty rapidly. Now go ahead and compare that to what happens when solar energy hits a large body of water. Water has a high specific heat and high mobility, so a slower temperature increase overall. So it takes a lot of solar energy to raise the temperature of water by 1 degree. And then also as the upper layers warm up, they mix with those cooler layers, again, making it very slow incremental increases in temperature. So how does that influence terrestrial climate? Well, it's this area right here. Coastal areas can take advantage of this phenomenon with water, and the water can absorb some of that heat and then also provide some humidity, both of which end up stabilizing the temperatures there so that you don't have these higher ranges of highs and lows. So some examples of some large bodies of water that you may want to keep in mind are the Great Lakes in the northern part of North America. You have the Gulf of Mexico. And then, oh, sorry about that. You also have the Mediterranean Sea. All of the land that are around those bodies of water are going to have stable stabler temperatures than you might normally predict, and then also higher levels of humidity that will keep those temperatures stable. So ocean currents also affect land temperatures. So if you take a look at this particular map, you're going to notice it shows you warm currents and cold currents. We're going to go ahead and focus on the top of the globe, the northern hemisphere, and we're going to look at Canada and England. Those two pieces of land are at virtually the same latitude, and yet Canada, this is the Newfoundland and Labrador portion of Canada, is colder in temperature than what you see in England. Why is that? It's because of the temperatures of these currents that run alongside the bodies of land. So here you have the Gulf Stream far enough away from Canada that it doesn't influence it, but it does bring that warmth to England, raising its temperatures higher than you would normally expect. And then you have a polar current that's coming down from the Arctic Circle that makes those Canadian temperatures colder than you would expect. So again, same latitude, Canada is colder in temperature than England is.
All right, so even though these two are at the same latitude, why is Canada colder? So she just explained this, even though that it's not as simple as just what latitude you are, it also depends upon this for what type of climate you are going to see. So why are two locations on the globe at similar latitudes might have differences in climate? Good, Matt. Nice. Good, Riley. There we go. Brayden's made his text bigger. Good. And bonus, who can tell me what movie took advantage of this idea and how we changed these huge global currents and suddenly Europe was frozen? You guys might be too young. Anybody watch that? It's a day after tomorrow or something like that. I'm gonna have to go look. I haven't watched that in a while.
That used to be my favorite movie when I was younger.
Yeah, it's based on this notion of this current and that it gets messed up and we get coldness instead. All right, let's continue.
So let's go ahead and do a brief bit of practice. This is an FRQ prompt. It's just kind of a tiny bit of what you would expect to see on a whole FRQ. So just take a second to read the prompt and then take a look at the graphic and see if you can answer that question. Okay, there are two parts to your answer. The first one is you want to make a comparison, and then secondly, you want to justify. So that comparison would be looking at these currents that are here. You would predict that coastal Brazil will be warmer in temperature than coastal Angora. You can see that there's a warm Brazilian current going alongside this coastal area and a cool current going alongside the coastal area of Angola. Now, don't forget the justification piece. So it is the presence of that warm current that both raises the temperature and provides increases humidity there, whereas this cooler current depresses temperatures and decreases humidity, which is your justification for as to why Brazil will experience warmer temperatures than Angola will, although they are at similar latitudes. So what should you take away from this video? Those large bodies of water are stabilizing in nature and keep coastal areas from experiencing higher highs in temperature or lower lows in temperature than you might expect. And then coastal areas that are next to warm and cold currents, even ones at similar latitude, are going to be warmer or cooler than you expect based on the temperature of the current.
All right, so what I like about these videos and what you should pay attention to is they're going to show you how to start paying attention to the prompt and that there were 2 parts to this prompt. So if you don't answer both parts, you will lose points. And then how they're using a diagram to assess your knowledge and apply it. So they're going to most likely have a picture of latitudes, and they're going to have a picture of continents, and they're going to have pictures of currents. And then you're going to have to tell the content and apply it. And mainly it's not that you know the content, but that you answer the prompts is what I see when I grade kids' work.
That goes by that particular coastal area. So thanks again for joining me, and I hope you have a great day. And welcome to your AP daily video on topic 4.8, Earth, Geography, and Climate. This is the second in a series of videos about this particular topic. We're specifically going to be focusing on coastal mountains and their impact on terrestrial climate. So as always, begin with the end in mind. We're focusing on that second essential knowledge piece, and take a look at those task verbs, describe and explain. So
right, so we're not going to watch the second one, but again, they will use prompts and they're expecting specific things when you say describe or explain. Sometimes you guys are you're giving me what I call identify answers, and identify answers are only worth 1 point. Descriptions and explanations have an identify and then kind of explaining it or describing it or giving an example, and you have to have both parts. All right, we're going to go back to the week at a glance for a moment here and get on to book creator. So I'm going to go to your classwork tab, make sure I put your bookwork here. For book creator, I did not, so I will add that in. So we're going to be looking at the terrestrial biomes and those climatograms. Go to the library. Mine's at the end of this library. And you guys all last week shared these title pages. So make sure that you continue to update this. And what we're gonna do this week though is we're gonna skip the laws and legislation for now, which is the second assignment, which is just memorizing the 20 required laws. And we're gonna go into the next part, which is biomes, terrestrial biomes, and then aquatic biomes. I think I'm at the end of this or not. There we are. Let me make sure I'm sharing and that I have my chat open if you guys have questions. So we are going to skip this little part for now because this is just straight up finding these different acts, figuring out what they are, and then doing 2 separate pages for each of these. We'll worry about this later, but this is the example of the Clean Air Act, kind of its impact, why we should care about it. This is a link about the importance of it that takes you to a video clip. And then what is the actual act? And then some other graphs that are relevant to the act and why we should care that's relevant. And that's somebody's lungs who've been exposed to indoor air pollution or outdoor air pollution. Okay, so we are going to go to the slide on page 12. So this is what you're going to focus on this week on your on-demand days. You're going to look at these differences in the species of plants and animals that live in each region of each biome. So the next several pages are to help you learn all 9 terrestrial, and then eventually next week, the 7 aquatic biomes. You're going to look up characteristics of plants and animals, specifically adaptations. So what is it that makes these species thrive, both in terms of plants and animals in this particular climate, in this area of the world. So you're going to find descriptions and characteristics of those plants and animals and images. And then a map. So where do we find these on a global map? And then specifically these climatograms, because I guarantee they're going to want you to interpret them. And then if you're given a climatogram, you're going to have to identify which biome it came from, or you're going to have to identify some information about temperature or precipitation over time. And then human impact. So 40% of all of your exam is based on how humans impact everything that we're studying. So parts of that are in each of these. So this week, our goal is to start looking at these terrestrial ones. Set a timer. I'm going to be checking in with you of how many you're able to get done on an on-demand day. But you can see this is my example one where I put a plant adaptation in the taiga and an animal adaptation. These can be copy and pasted. These are just reference for you for studying later. And then I put the actual images of some of the critters of plants and animals that live in this biome. And then I put my links of where I got this information down at the bottom. And then if you go to the next one, I have the global map. So this is where we find this biome. This is the description of kind of where the region is in writing. Then I should have a climatogram. There's my climatogram. So these are my climate diagrams with the precipitation and temperature information on one diagram. And then I put some more information about altitude and latitude and humidity, and a descriptor about precipitation and climate, and some links of where I got this. So, oh, and then number 4. So I numbered these so we can find each one of them. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you go back to the original, there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm just going through, and each one of these I'm addressing. So number 1, the characteristics. Number 2, the maps. Number 3, the climatograms. And number 4, descriptions of and images of human impacts. So this is showing what's happening as we're seeing warming temperatures. We're pushing out native species that are adapted to this environment and attracting non-native species. Species like the Siberian tiger are not adapted to the warm weather. Its coat is too heavy, it stores too much body fat. Anyway, so I kind of go through some things that are happening because of humans. Clear cutting, logging, things like that. I doubt you'll get all 9 done. What I want you to do is set a timer. What did I say? For 30 minutes on your on-demand day here and on your on-demand day here. And then I will check in with you of how many you're able to get done. Because if I recall, it takes a while to do these. So I'm guessing it'll take you about 30 minutes to do 2 of them. It depends upon how fast you are at finding good information and copying and pasting. Is there any other questions about the book creator assignment? I will make sure I share and remind you on Google Classroom as well about it. It'll take you to bookcreator.com. You are going to share it on Sunday. You're not sharing it as in done. You're sharing what you got done for those 2 30-minute sessions. Anybody else? Thanks for clarifying, Bella. I really appreciate that. Anybody else have questions? We have about 2 minutes. I know we did not get to this composting team time, but we're going to be adding 3 constants per team member, or 3 controlled variables. So each of your members are going to brainstorm 3 things that you're going to control. So your whole group, if you had 4 people, will end up with 12 of these on your Google Doc. So if your group has decided to do moisture, what is everything else you need to control? For example, I jumped into, I think Joseph and Sophia or different groups were talking about the thickness of plastic and which things would influence composting rates and which ones might not. So those are the things that we're kind of going to focus on this week, is what are those other things we need to control for that I want each one of you thinking about and putting onto that document. Is there any questions about that part? We are going to have more time next live session to work with just your composting team on some of this.
So is that brainstorming homework, or are we doing that during the next class?
You are going to do that in the next class. Next Zoom class, you're going to be adding these constants individually and discussing them though as a team during the next Zoom class. Any other questions? No other questions? Just to note down here on the left, all your PowerPoints 3, 4, and 5 are all listed. And next class, we're going to try this Pear Deck again as well. You might not be able to do it for very long, but I want to see you doing it asynchronously. So we'll give that a try. All right, you guys, see you later. See you in a couple days. Bye. Bye, Peria. Bye, Samantha. Bye, Haley. Bye. Bye, Bella. Bye, you guys.
So actually, I have a question.
Yes, who is speaking? I can't see you guys at the moment. There you are. I found you.
Awesome. So the book creator, I go in there and it says that it's full and that I can't add a book. And I think I sent you an email about it, but like it says that I have to request that you make room for me.
Yes, you have to use this code here. You're going to use, I'm going to put it in the chat for you too. So let's see. This is the only library that's still open. So SBVSQNM.
Okay, thank you so much.
Anybody else have any questions? Madison?
I do. So I didn't really get my FRQs really, like I didn't get good grades on those. And so I kind of missed. Is it okay if I like remake those and then email you them and label them? Because I have like this app I can just label the images to send it to you.
Yes, and you guys can always make up those points by doing the quizzes. So in the Kahoots. Yeah, so so this week I put a whole bunch of them on there. If you go under class.
Oh, the optional ones, right?
Right there, yeah. See, if you go under here and do the, where is this week? Anyways, there should be a whole link for this week that has a whole bunch of them.
Oh, cool. But like I forgot to do like, I think I checked. I was like, oh shoot, because I was looking through like the class like this morning. And I did miss, I think I missed like 2 from last semester. Is it okay if I like remake those 2? And like, I mean, I might still, is it okay if I like email you the FRQs and do the optional work?
Yes. Yes.
Should I still get the points back if I do that?
Yeah, and it looks like none of your class saved, or none of your guys' stuff for this week saved. So I will go fix that right now.
Cool. Also, I got marked as a 0 on my quiz.
On your
like on my chapter 3 thing. Yeah, I have a 92.
I will go check that.
They marked as a 92 for me. I'll double check it, but that's what I got. Hold on.
Okay. I will go check that and fix that.
Cause I was like, wait, what? Yeah, and for the practice exam, like the non-multiple choice one, I got 100%. I just did it. Wait, did I do it late? Hold on. Wait. Oh, I did, like, you know the one that was due 11/19? For some reason it says I got 100% on it, but I submitted it Sunday 12. I submitted it yesterday, but I don't remember doing it. Like, okay, it says it was due Thursday, November 19th, but it said that I submitted it Sunday, like yesterday. And it says I got 100% on it, but I don't even remember taking it, honestly.
Okay.
Like, honestly.
I don't
maybe it's like my short-term memory, or maybe it's because like I don't know, or maybe like my doppelganger did it for me. I don't know.
Okay.
But, either way, yeah, I apparently submitted that late, even though I don't even remember doing it, honestly.
Yeah, just go ahead and make sure that you have submitted it and that you do some of those extra quizzes and Kahoots.
Okay, cool. So I can do the ones from last semester, like all chapters. Is that okay?
Yep. If it's still, you may have to go to this week's stuff because they expire after 2 weeks.
Yeah, also, is it possible if I could get one of those like extra credit labs, because I'm trying to boost my grade to an A by next. You think it's possible if I can boost my grade to an A by the end of the trimester?
Definitely.
What?
Yes.
Okay, so is it okay if I can get like that extra credit, like that makeup lab, because I need to use my bubblegum lab. Sorry, my mouth is running like 1,000 miles per hour. But you get what I mean, right?
Yes, if you can email me a reminder, then I will send you whatever it is you need for your extra credit lab.
Cool. Also, when are we doing the like compost lab? Because I want to know when, so I can buy the stuff early, because I don't have anything at the moment. Yeah.
You guys were supposed to start that this Sunday, like build it.
Oh crap. Oh, this Sunday? So I'm just only a day off. Okay, so is it okay if I buy the ingredients now and just start it?
Yes.
Or is it too late? Yeah?
No, you need to, because we're gonna do it all until the spring. We're gonna be doing that project.
Okay, so it's not gonna make much of a difference if I do it today.
Correct.
Okay, cool, because I was already planning to get the stuff today, because I thought it was today that we were starting.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So sorry about that. I kind of misinterpreted it. Yeah. But sorry for like spewing a bunch of questions at you. I just am kind of clueless. So
no, you're fine.
Yeah. Thank you for your time. Have a nice day.
You too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mute